Hi, I'm Miikael and congratulations for being here. Lots of people want to be successful but they are not willing to learn. But if you are here, then this means you are, so you are great, and that's great. If you are a home business owner or network marketer, or you just want to build an audience, then you are in the right place. And I want to be really honest with you and teach you what I have learned. Because this is the main idea of attraction marketing. You want to attract people to you by giving them value. Give them the best knowledge as simply as you know how to give it. So what kind of people should you attract to you? Who is the target market for you? Well, they are the people whom are the most interested in your topics. And they are the people who want to buy your products and want to visit your blogs, want to communicate with you, and they just like you. This is the target you are attracting. The opposite would be people who doesn't care about this topic that you are branding. Thus, you need to be really clear about your target market to have the best results. Here comes the first thing that lots of people are doing wrong. They want to be everything to everybody, but it doesn't work this way. You need to be really specific. And even if you have a brand or product already, then you need to have really narrow target market. And in a second I'm gonna tell you why. We humans, we are reasonable, and if we don't know why, then we don't bother to know how. So now I'm gonna tell you why it's important, and then later I'm gonna tell you how to do it. The reason number one why you also have really specific target market is because you want to make content that is really specific and right on the pain point of your audience's biggest problems. Because if you implement some other ideas or niches to your brand, then what are the odds that your followers will also like the other niche that you choose to implement into your brand? Well, the odds are really low, and thus the information will be irrelevant to them and they get bored and they leave. For example, if you are passionate about home businesses and you choose to implement real estate to your brand, then what are the odds that a person who follows you will also like both of these topics? Well, it's low. So that's why you need to be specific with your brand. If you like both of these topics, then make 2 brands. That's 4. Make 2 brands. Most of the times it's not like you are telling girls how to polish their nails and in the end of the post you're telling them how to build brick houses. Most of the times it's just a little bit off, but the more specific you are with your brand, the better connection you will have with your audience. So be really specific. We had Oprah in our last video as example, and she fits here really good also. So, for example, you listen to Oprah and for a sudden she starts to give tips about football, how to position yourself in the field and how to kick the ball and so on and so on. But you don't like football at all. And even if you liked Oprah, then if she continued, you would still get bored and you would still change the channel and watch something else. That's why you need to be really specific with your brand. You don't want to mix it with all kind of other stuff. You want to be specifically on your target's interest. Secondly, it will be much harder for you to serve multiple fields because you need to make great content, you need to make great videos and posts and blog posts, and the more specific you are, the deeper you can dig and the better information you can give. But if you have multiple fields, then your energy will be distributed out and thus you won't be good at any of these. at least at the beginning, if you are starting a brand or you are in the beginning phase. And also you would like to pick such a field that you like, because if you don't like your field, then you don't have motivation to do it, and if you don't have motivation, then you won't do it. Well, with me happened such a thing. I started to make a brand of drawing successful people's quotes into pictures. Though those pictures were really simple and quite easy to do, I still figured out two things by doing it. And the first was that I don't know how to draw, but it doesn't matter, you can learn anything. And the second one was that I don't like to draw at all. It's like really boring for me. And what happened then? I quitted and I don't do it anymore. So you need to love what you do, and this way you will get motivation to do it. Now comes the question, how will you find your target market? How will you select one? You need to think about real people in that field, and actually you just need to answer one question about them. And if you get this question wrong, then you will attract people to you, but those people will be wrong people. They will not be your target market. There will be some kind of people who just come and see your content and maybe even be happy, but they won't buy anything, they won't do the things that you want your target market to do. So listen carefully. The question is, what are the biggest problems in your field? You need to know it because you want to make content to solve those problems, and this way you will attract the right people to you. It's that easy. Unless you help them, they won't come, and if you help them, they will come. The problems are always the biggest drivers, because even if we look at the goals or dreams, then actually lack of it makes us move towards it. So you need to know the specific pain points of your audience. What do you think? Would a person who wants to sell his house watch a video or blog or some kind of post about this topic, how to sell your houses faster? Sure he would. This is the attraction marketing. You can attract almost anybody who has a need, even by entertainment, because entertainment is a solution to a need called boredom. If you have a niche that you love and you know that you need to find the problems of the people in that niche, then in my opinion one of the easiest way to find those problems is by answering some questions. Write it down and answer it after the video on the paper, because you need it in the future also. First is, what do they want to have? Let's make an example with health and wellness industry. They want to have fit body. Their pain point then is that they don't have fit body, and maybe they don't like how they look at some part of their body. Write down those things that they want to have, but write it down also specifically as you can. Not that they want to have fit body, but rather that they want to have six-pack and they want to have slimmer legs or lower their body weights. And in the next video I'm gonna explain more how to make the most engaging content, how to put it in the engaging form to give this information. Now, the second question is, what do they want to experience? In health and wellness, I guess they want to feel good and they want to see that they are recognized by others, that they look good. Write down those now. So the problem may be that they don't feel healthy and beautiful. And no wonder recognition is one of the biggest needs of human. Write down those things that they want to experience in this niche as clearly as you can, and as many as you can. And if you have any other great ideas or questions how to get into the minds of your followers, then write it in the comments so we all can learn from it. Now that you have a list of problems that your target market has, now you can check it if you targeted your market correctly. And take your product, if you have a product, and write down all those solutions that your product gives. And this way you can see if the solutions that your product gives are the answers to your target market's problems. And if they don't match, then you need to target again. You need to choose a better audience to target, because they need to match, and the better they match, the more precisely, the better way you have targeted your market. For example, if your product is some kind of vitamin, then you also think that everybody is a target market, but actually everybody isn't, because if a person doesn't have an urgent need, then they won't want to have any vitamins to take. But if they have a need and they know that your product can solve this need, then for sure they would like to have it, and if they knew that there were such a product, they would certainly buy it. So in conclusion, find a niche that you love, and then find the problems of your target audience. This is the most important thing from this video. Find the problems that your audience, that your target market has, and this way you will certainly have aimed at the right place. And the next thing is to make content, and in the next video I'm gonna explain you how to make engaging content. For example, my idea is to serve home business owners and specifically help them to succeed in the attraction marketing field. So if you are one, I hope you got some value out of this video and it leads you to subscribe. So I hope to meet you in the next video. Bye.